James owned a quiet bookstore cafe tucked in a sleepy Brooklyn corner, the kind of place that smelled like old pages and fresh coffee beans. He lived by rituals, opening the shop at 9 a.m. sharp, aligning the books by author's last name, brewing one perfect French press pot to start his day. He wasn't lonely, or at least that's what he told himself. He just preferred quiet over noise, stories over people. Then Maya walked in, late, every morning, always with a sketch pad and a look in her eyes like she'd just come from somewhere she didn't want to return to. She ordered the same thing each day, a small black coffee, and barely drank half. But it wasn't the waste that caught James's attention. It was the way she looked at the cup before her, like it held something sacred, like it was the beginning of a story she couldn't quite tell. Days turned into weeks, and without realizing it, she became part of his ritual. She sat by the same window, sunlight framing her like a painting, drawing quietly as James pretended not to watch. One morning, as autumn's chill began sneaking through the cracks of the old brick walls, James finally spoke. "You know," he said, drawing a cup behind the counter, "you don't have to order coffee just to sit here." She looked up, smiled softly, and replied, "I'm not here for the coffee." Something shifted in the air. "Then what are you here for?" he asked carefully. "I haven't figured that out yet," she said, and looked away. From that moment, the silence between them turned tender. They spoke often after that, about books, old movies, heartbreaks they never named. She loved art museums. He loved jazz. She said she cried during Lost in Translation. He said he never cried, but almost did during Eternal Sunshine. She laughed at that. They shared quiet mornings, shared glances, shared the kind of connection that doesn't ask for more, but aches to be more. And just when James felt the words rising in his throat, just when he thought maybe, just maybe, he could let her know what she meant to him, she stopped coming. The window seat sat empty for days. James kept making that same French press every morning, half hoping she'd return, half punishing himself for never saying anything. Then, one rainy Thursday, he found a folded sketch left behind under her usual chair. It was of him, framed by bookshelves holding a cup. Below it, she had written, "You look at the world like it might disappear any minute. But maybe it's been trying to stay for you." That was all it took. He left the shop early, heart pounding. He remembered a gallery she'd once mentioned, a small one in Williamsburg. And there she was, standing alone in front of a painting of a lighthouse, soaked in rain, staring like she wasn't really there. He walked to her, no umbrella, no plan, just everything he'd never said. "You left?" he said. She didn't turn. "I was tired of being the only one who stayed," she whispered. His voice shook. "I didn't know how to say it." "Say what?" she asked, finally meeting his eyes. And then he said it, barely louder than the rain around them. "That every day you came into that shop, I fell in love with the way you didn't need to say much, the way you listened, the way you looked at coffee, like it was never just coffee." She smiled then, for the first time, without sadness. "Say it again," she whispered, and he did. "I love you." Back at the cafe a week later, they sat side by side, 2 mugs between them. No dramatic kisses, no declarations to the world, just quiet, steady love. The kind that knows how to wait, how to listen, and finally, how to speak.